Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Moonrise Cottage for your February 2018 Soul Tarot reading. This is Mary Ellen coming to you on a beautiful day here. We've had crazy weather for an entire month. I'm thrilled to be back, and I have a very exciting message queued up for you. So, as Spirit has been willing me to do, I'm starting with a picture of the theme, the soul card, the spirit card that lights your way this month. It's a very profound message. I'm going to toggle over and say hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome. So I just wanted to give you that image. Spirit says to start the flow of energy that streams through. For anyone that's new, welcome. It's so wonderful to meet all the people who stumble upon this channel. So I'm trying to remember going forward to ask people to like and subscribe and all that, because I really want these messages to go forward in the widest way possible. So your help is appreciated. If you're new and you don't know, I do offer private readings. All the information that you need about that is below the video in the description box. There's a phrase. It says show more. It's in light gray type, all caps. If you click on that, it's a tab, and a huge box of information opens up. Everything you need to know about all my offerings are there. I offer private readings. I offer medium services if you'd like to be in touch with someone on the other side. And I am offering, in 2018, I'm going to be offering love readings and distance healing. All the information's there. The other thing that's new and very exciting, at long last, I'm launching a website. So we're going to, as the year goes on, I'm going to transition in that direction. The website address is moonrisecottagesoultarot.com. And the first version of it, I'm hoping, working very hard in the background, hoping to get that out by the time these videos drop for publication. So check it out. It's going to continue to evolve. And I'm very excited about it. It's going to make the process really easy and streamlined for booking whatever kind of service you'd like to have. All the information is there. You'll be able to click on your choice, book your reading. My calendar will be there. So all readings are always in New York time zone, okay? You'll be able to book your reading, pick your own, schedule yourself into your reading slot that works best for you. You're going to get an email confirming your reservation. The PayPal link will be right there, so you'll be able to book and pay for your reading. You'll get an email confirmation, and then the day before your reading, you're going to get a reminder. So I'm very excited about it. All kinds of fun things happening here, and going forward, more to be revealed, I guess, is the message. So here we are in February already. The days are going so fast. January's been really challenging here in the Northeast. A lot of crazy weather, a couple of ice storms, and my internet's been down for a few days. So in those moments, and I believe it's probably true for everybody, if you look at some of what's happening in the astrology, the cosmos, we've all been plunged really deeply into our own processes, and that's what the message is about today. So let's jump in. Here we have this beautiful renewer. This is a major arcana card right over the top of the reading. That is the renewer of devotion. You can see the sacred cauldron. It is this message that guides the reading, that Spirit wants you to ponder as you move through the days of February and into the days of 2018. 2017, if you haven't seen those readings, go check them out. Some of them, particularly the ones from the last few months of the year. If you're new, again, these messages build upon each other. These are not standalone readings. We are on a journey, all of us together. We've woven a tapestry of energy, and our mission now is, now that we have a connection, we are going to go deep into our own nature, our own set point, our own journey, because it feeds the tapestry of energy that has been woven by virtue of the work we did in 2017. So I love the fact that this is coming right over the top. The renewer of devotion is a beautiful message about transformation and bringing things to resolution. And what Spirit's talking about, the resolution of you joining as deeply as possible with your own energetic set point. You're going to experiencing releasing and forgiveness. This brings to you, as you move through, the power of the renewer. renewing your devotion gives you the freedom. And Spirit's saying, freedom being the operative word, you will come into a place of freedom to act with the full power of your energetic resources. And that gives you, essentially, a new lease on life, if you will. It's a very interesting journey. As the cards came out, and I was looking at the movement of your energy, now that you've come into this place, it's very, there's a very deep movement happening. There are going to be some challenges, as you'll see as the cards come out, and it's deepening through your own awakening. Some challenges come, it's always true. I've had some really particular challenges in the end of January. Some things that were just weighing on my heart because I knew that there were actions that I was meant to take. I was concerned about it. And I finally just realized, my mind, my psyche, if you will worry about how do I do this? How do I achieve this? Things like that. How do I add another thing to my life when I'm already so busy? And what was happening for me was my heart was speaking and willing me to go forward. And so Spirit's talking about that experience in relation to the journey that you're going to have in February. Your heart is going to be giving you directives, I think, as you step more deeply. So there is a great healing that's coming to you, and it is aligned with the continuation of our process to step deep into our heart-centered knowledge, the place from which our soul speaks to us. So it's beautiful that this is lighting the way, and that this month, as you unfold and as you deepen and as you go through your challenges, it is bringing to you a very sacred form of renewal and transformation and release into the deeper aspect, the next step on your journey, if you will. So I'm going to toggle over and show you the card that is about your personal set point. So the renewer of devotion is the theme that lights your way on your path. Look at that, Aquarius. Side by side, that's a very profound, very powerful message that has embedded in it an enormous amount of energy. There is a deep reflection. You are on your path, and you are the purpose of your life. And so that message came through at the end of last year, and it has begun to deepen within me. I've certainly, as I said, experienced it in my own life. So the elopement of knowledge is a card, in a sense, not technically, it's not a prophecy, but for you this month, it is about prophecy. Right? Do you see all the movement there? This is about facing your fears and the journey that it takes you on and the challenge that arises from there. Because you are suddenly coming through to a deeper form of knowledge about your actual identity as a spirit being walking in a human body. This is about coming into sudden knowledge that you did not anticipate and that you did not feel destined for, but it happens. And, I can't give the details because it's private information, but that's what's been happening with me. And I see it happening with people all around me. Something pulls us deeper still, and we have an elopement, and we begin to make decisions based on our true identity. But it's an effort. It's a little scary, perhaps. It's unanticipated. But here we are. And you come into a beautiful form of knowledge that comes out of this cauldron, the fountain of wisdom, Spirit saying, if you will. And you come into a place of genius and brilliance. That's what this is about, in a very unanticipated way. And, so for me, the reflection of that, and I think this is going on in the cosmos. So, I always tell people, go to Google and check out what's going on astrologically. It has everything to do with this. So this reading is about your particular set point. Something's going to be revealed to you about yourself, about your power as a spirit being walking here on this planet, and how you are connected to the destiny of all creatures, Spirit says. So I'm going to toggle back and let you see that in companion with the spirit theme. That's how deep you're going. You are literally going into and through and beyond, Spirit says, the sacred cauldron of the renewal of your devotion, of your spiritual set point, in order to become the purpose that is at the central place of your life. And the purpose, people always want to know, what's your purpose? And this has been coming out through through the readings. You are your purpose. Don't ever have any doubt. And what arises in your life, pardon me, as you go through this journey, the factors, the outcomes, the decisions you make, and the ways you step in as you go deeper into your set point will deepen as well, and you will understand the connection. So let's take a look at how this affects your human journey. As you ponder this type of movement, this type of unfolding, suddenly coming into some sacred knowledge about yourself and why you and your development are the things that are your purpose. The things that unfold from that place are the factors, Spirit says. So you don't have to worry about it. Your purpose is to develop as deeply as possible. And that brings, from that place, all is revealed. That's the message that's coming through. So here are the cards on the human walk. Just look at the pictures and look how those things are aligned. It's a fantastic journey that you are being sent on this month, and it is furthering the foundation that you are continuing to build as 2018 goes forward. Last year was about healing and coming into your, emerging into your energy set point. And now that we've arrived in this place, the story begins to unfold. And that's what Spirit's talking about, all this chatter about you are your purpose, and please understand that and how deeply important that notion is. So the very first card on the human walk is this beautiful spirit of skill. That is the woman of skill. I'm going to show you the card up close so you can take a look. Look at that. The woman of skill holds in her hands the sacred spool of destiny. She is aligned with the sacred realm, and she winds the thread of her own destiny. You see how activated she is? Spirit's saying, that's the story. You now are in a place where you hold the sacred spool of your own destiny, your own spirit destiny, in your hands. That is profound. And you have the power to weave your story going forward from this set point. It's incredibly important. I just, hope and pray that the words that are coming through into me, I can speak them in a way that does bring to a true clarity to this message, because there's a type of energy coming through that is very deep and very intense in a quiet, powerful way. So let me toggle back. As you come into your set point and knowledge is revealed to you and carries you away, in a sense, to a new place of being. That's why the center card that's about you is about elopement. It's about shift and change and transition. You begin to have the power within you to wind the threads of your destiny, your energetic, sacred destiny, out of which all things come. And that is why the very next card is the beautiful warrior of battle, who stands having emerged from the solstice. If you look at the background of the card, there is a passage tomb. This young warrior has emerged and now stands firmly in his place. So again, beautiful blending of male and female energy, the balance that comes when those two things merge. it's Spirit's chattering about not just the blend of the energy, but understanding the different set points that each form of energy embodies, if you will, and what happens when they merge and work together. So here we see the beautiful warrior of battle, pardon me, whose job it is to stand firmly in his place with an open heart, open at the will center, the tip of the sword, touching the sacred spiral of destiny. And from this vantage point, you are able to provide that which is needed and go forward with clarity of vision. It's a truly beautiful message. And if you look at the cards, again, and keep your focus in a sense of how this passage, Spirit is saying, is unfolding. And as was promised at the end of last year, there's a new journey coming to us. We have reached a culmination point, and now we begin on the new journey. And so for you, Aquarius, no surprise to me whatsoever, this blending of the ability to wind the threads of your destiny that affect all creatures on this planet. In this way, you do battle, if you will. It's an allegory. You become open. You understand yourself. You are able to provide that which is needed and turn the spiral of destiny. And by so doing, you enter into a new soul journey, a new phase of your journey as a spirit being here on the earth. Look at that. All right. So a couple things about this card. Do you see the spirals all along the spine of this being? Spirit's been talking, since last month about Kundalini awakenings. And basically what that means is activating your energetic chakras, if you will, within you while you have your human existence. You're going very deep and you are being awakened. And you are going to have a certain type of vision that, and Spirit's telling me, it arises from the knowledge that comes into our heart chakras, upon which we begin to act. And it sounds simplistic. I assure you it's a very profound change that is going to change the tenor, Spirit says, and the shape of your existence and your understanding of yourself. So the Spirit arises, goes through a portal, and walks out into the universe. Do you see the bowl above the head and the sacred spiral? That is, if we look, let me toggle back so you can see it in concert with the cards, okay? Look at that. Sitting in direct alignment with the renewer of devotion. You are walking in every phase of your existence this month into and out of the sacred cauldron out of which all things arise. All things manifest. And what, again, Spirit's prodding me to use these words. When I say all things, what Spirit's talking is about is you. All the things that are possible, that all of our religious traditions talk about. What's possible for us as a human walking across the planet, embodying, if you will, a spirit entity. That's what the story is about this month. So let's take a look at the bridge card and see how your human walk activates what is happening on the spirit realm. So you set off on your soul journey, and the very first stop, Spirit says, the first stop on the train is a sacred, shamanistically led spirit journey, also about releasing. This card has to do with being released from that which binds you. And you see how the figure in the card, the shamaness, is there in order to release you from that which causes you to continue to slumber, and Spirit saying stumble, interestingly enough. All right, there's the card. There you are, on your soul journey. Deep out in the universe, you travel. In order to have a journey into the light, and to be released from that which binds you. That is the sacred thread. And this shamaness is of the bird people. She has the headdress of hawk, which brings spiritual messages. And so you are going to be awakening. And you are going to become stepping deeper into, if you will, your understanding of yourself. And that is why, let me toggle back. That is why these cards in the center line are aligned in the way they are. This is a story of awakening, because that is your destiny. To come deeper into the knowledge of your own, the genius of your heart that has its own knowledge. That is the renewal that is coming to you. There is a profound journey that begins to unfold as we step into 2018. I am already very curious about what that walk is going to look like. So, Spirit's saying, think about that as a set point in your human existence. This is what you're going to feel and think about and experience. And so the Spirit Walk cards on the top of the reading are the things that are the reflection of your journey. So we see the beautiful woman of skill holding the thread of destiny, awakening into this journey as a form of sacred battle, if you will, to turn the sacred spiral, sending you on your soul journey. And the first step is release, because you are meant to go forward. That which you have been awakened into then goes forward out into the world around you. It's a very profound message. It builds upon what was happening, the messages that were coming through all through 2017, most especially the last 3 months. So if you have time and you haven't seen those videos, or you want to remind yourself, go skip through, lightly through some of those readings, as it reflects the place into which you have arrived. So in the spirit realm, the reflection on a spiritual basis of being able to hold and spin the threads of your destiny around that sacred tower of inspiration. That's what stands behind that woman, the tower of inspiration. And the very first step is your ability then to become able to spin again your own growth. This is the spinner of growth. It's a major arcana card. All right. This is about taking the energy in and processing within you and sending the seeds, the fruits, if you will, of new growth out from the center of your being, out into the world around you, out into the sacred realm, in order to continue to be an actor, part of the sacred tapestry that was woven because of the work that was done in 2017, sending the seeds of a new life forward. And this card is on the spiritual realm. So please don't ever have any doubt that your efforts here truly have an impact. And that's why Spirit is just resounding inside of me today. You are your purpose. Develop yourself. The inspiration that comes to you will unfold naturally. Spirit's saying, just like a baby is born, it develops through its life, it grows, it changes, it comes to adulthood. It's a process like that. So in a sense, you don't have to worry about it. If you feel the desire for a sacred purpose in your life, know that you already have it. And the factors of how that looks and how that plays out in your human existence will come naturally. That is the outcome of doing your sacred work. You don't have to worry about it. It doesn't matter what you do, because when you stand in your life in this way, you fulfill your purpose. It doesn't matter what your profession is or your station in life, so to speak. Spirit's saying we still, here on the earth, we're functioning still in this notion of hierarchy, right? Your position in society, how much wealth you have or don't have. Spirit says, forget about it. It doesn't matter. You're doing your work and you are bringing the change that is meant to happen. So let's toggle back and take a look at these cards as they unfold. So as you come into this journey, being released, having some anxiety, The center card that talks about you, the elopement of knowledge, that cauldron, when you come into a moment, something very profound is revealed to you about yourself. It brings release. It's intense. There's some anxiety, perhaps, that you might experience. In order to help you on this journey, we see the beautiful, powerful, mystical King of Battle sitting right next to the spinner of growth. It's telling me that you are having a lot of mystical assistance. If you feel some challenges, if you feel disheartened, if you feel kind of shocked and not sure what to make of the things that are happening inside of you, the message is, don't worry, you have assistance, and you are going to take your power, if you will, in these moments. The King of Battle, the mystical story behind this card, is about a sacred king who was involved in a lot of battles. He was a warrior. He developed along his pathway to the station, Spirit says. So again, we're talking about mystical set point. And, the king is the top of the heap, so to speak. This spirit has developed all the way to the position of a king. And within you, as you traverse through the month of February, this is your destiny that is being wound by the journey that you're on. It's about coming into a type of power that has a lot of analytical insight about the world in which you walk and your place in it and what that means for yourself and for those around you. It is not about being powerful in a authoritarian type of way, if you will. You have come into this place that is rightfully yours. That's what this is about. All right. So the King of Battle. Let me toggle back. Do you see how he sits in the mystical realm? And I love that the full moon is there. We've had two full moons in the month of January. So as January closes, we're coming into our second full moon. And on that day, there will be the beginning of the eclipse season that was so powerful in 2017. So there will be an eclipse on the 31st of January. And there he sits. Something was severed. He lost his hand in a battle, and he had to go through a mystical process. In the end of the story, he regrew his hand through some mystical healing. And so again, let me toggle back. Do you see how the very first card is about the renewal of growth, about mystical healing and becoming whole again? And in that moment, you elope. Something happens that you did not expect. So look at the center vertical line of cards. On the bottom, supporting all of this, we have the Warrior of Battle coming out of this cauldron. And on the very top of that row, we see the King of Battle. That's a lot of movement. So this month of February, I would expect you to feel a lot of shift, a lot of change, life being carried away by your spiritual unfolding in some way. I firmly believe it has to do with the awakening of your ability to be one with that which comes through your heart chakra. That's a big part of this, Spirit says, but it is about the widest aspect of that. You may suddenly find yourself, in a moment, you might be standing in your kitchen doing the dishes, and suddenly you have a revelation. Something carries you away, and you begin to send the seeds of that out into the universe as you walk through your human existence, holding the threads of your own destiny for a new soul journey. It is a really beautiful unfolding this month. As you face your challenges, you will be tested. So the very next card is the combat of this knowledge. What do you do when you're stressed? How do you respond? What is the outcome? So this is a little mystical story about a goddess who married a king. And, without going into the long story, he mistreated her. She was heavy heavily pregnant with twins. In fact, in the background of the story, she was actually in labor, and he compelled her to run a race with his fastest racehorse. She, of course, was very upset. But she did it, and she won because she's a mystical goddess. And in the background, I'm going to transition back because I want you to sort of, while I tell the story, look into the progression of the cards. So in the background of the story, when this story unfolded, having to go through this event that stressed her, angered her, betrayed her trust, essentially. The outcome was, when she touched the stone and finished the race and won, she immediately gave birth. And after that event, it was a type of destiny, if you will. And so she put a curse on men, so to speak, because she was so angry at her husband. And basically, the story goes that she created this prophecy wherein every generation, for 9 generations, would feel the pain of her journey until the time of release came. And when I look at these cards and the notion of renewal and elopement of knowledge and the spinning of destiny, what I believe for you, Aquarius, because of your set point, most importantly, because of your set point, you are reaching a conclusion, and Spirit's telling me, and the spell is broken because we have done our work, and we have, you have, with your energetic set point, come into yourself. You now vibrate the energy, and that's why the tree of life is here, showing you are spinning the new seeds forward with the assistance of the King of Battle, having come into that great power. And that spell, 9 generations, it's done. You finished it. You reached your goal. It was really hard. You may have been disrespected. You know, we're humans. We all go through trials and tribulations. I certainly do. You know, I try to be very humble in these readings. I'm just like you. I have a life, and I'm challenged every day. But something has definitely shifted for me over the last month or so. There are some profound things happening in the background that I never expected. Things that came out of my past, my distant past, and came to the surface for healing. And it's about a connection with a certain individual within my family history. And my heart chakra has caused me to step forward to provide love and care for an individual that I never expected to be connected to ever again. And my mind was saying, kind of like this. Okay, this is why Spirit's telling me to tell the story. It was kind of like this. Like I knew, right? But I had to go through some internal trials and tribulations to figure out, why is this happening? And I don't really want this, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But I knew deep down, and that's the renewal that Spirit's talking about. My heart was asking me to act. And the moment I stepped in and did that, against what my brain would tell me, something really beautiful unfolded. Profoundly beautiful. A great healing. And that's what Spirit's talking about. So I'm going to toggle back, because when you look at the progression of these cards, this time has ended. That's why it's about new destiny and spinning new growth and being in a place of power, having regrowing, reemerging, if you will. The King of Battle had to leave his position of power because without his hand, he was not allowed to sit on the throne. And so at first, one of his devotees, if you will, fashioned a silver hand for him so he could regain his throne. But he was very deeply in the mystical realm. And eventually, through some magic, his human hand regrew. And it ended that phase of being cast out and returned him to his full power. And that's what's happening. And Spirit is, in a sense, doubling down on that message. And I think because we are coming into the age of Aquarius, there's a message here about the past is done. You've come through your trials and tribulations. It was really difficult, but you did what you needed to do. And now the spell is broken and we are released. I want to show you the final outcome card to drive home this message the Spirit is trying to give. Look at that, Aquarius. That is all about new life. It is about a soul journey. So in this reading, we see 3 representations of a soul being awakened through the elopement of a sudden understanding, having moved through the sacred cauldron of the renewal of your devotion to your energetic set point, to your spiritual identity, having come through these trials and tribulations. This is where you arrive. Look at that. And more is being revealed to you. The sacred knowledge that comes out of the cauldron. Elk animal medicine is about having determination and stamina for a very long journey and coming into a place of strength and ethical. Let's see. Spirit's talking to me about an ethical set point, your ethical identity, and it's all about heart chakra, the deepest place of knowing who you are. So this story in this card is about a warrior who lived many, 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 many years past a normal human lifetime. And in the end of his days as a human, he did not go through a death process. He actually morphed in this way to represent where his growth had brought him, that he had the stamina to stand on a new shore in the light of the sun, the light of the new day, with the sacred spiral at his back. It's a really beautiful unfolding. So let me toggle back and we'll just wrap this up. Look at the soul journey that you're on. You are being acknowledged in a very profound way and loved and supported by the words that are coming through and the way the cards are coming out to help you understand that what you experience is real and that you've been released. There is a significant shift in the nature and the moment, Spirit says, of your soul journey. And you are being released in all these ways because you have come, because of your stamina and your devotion. The elk in the revelation of knowledge looks directly into the cauldron, the renewal of devotion. Aquarius, as always, I'm always a little bit blown away by your particular journey. It's always astounding to me. And your set point. So continue. Look deep into your set point. If you can, get your chart read. Understand all the facets that make you who you are and bring spiritual awareness to you in the ways that it comes. Everyone's an individual. It's very important. You don't need to seek to be anyone or anything other than what you are, because you are a very creative, energetic set point here on the earth, walking in your particular embodiment in order to become that which is meant for you. And from there, your destiny unfolds, and you have arrived into that moment. So my hope for you is that you look into these cards, look at the diagonal progression from each corner, look at the horizontal rows, look at the vertical rows, and you will see more deeply into this message. I'm really thrilled for you. I'm very excited about your experience in the month of February. Revel in it. Understand what is unfolding and where you are now. And I, as always, will very much look forward to having discussions with you on the thread. And anything that you want to offer to the collective, please put your words there. We all learn and grow from each other. And I look forward to talking with you there. I look forward to seeing some of you on the new website. And absolutely, in the month of March. Have a wonderful month. Enjoy your being this month. You have come far, and you are to be congratulated. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave you with the cards. I'll look forward to talking with you soon. And remember, you are your purpose. Thank you, Aquarius.